Rotarians. Thank you, Bob, as always, right on it. Welcome to the October 16th meeting of the Rotary Club of Des Moines. I am your president, Tim Lilowitz. We did not have a greeter today. A reminder that you can sign up to greet or give our moment of inspiration, whether it's online or in the lobby, and please do so if you have the time. It's a great way to meet everyone in the club. So we will now move to Susan Voss, who promised me she will have something very inspirational to say. So she will give our moment of inspiration, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the four-way test, and then we'll greet others.
Well, in honor of our speaker today, I thought I would do a few quotes on education. So first, from a past president of Harvard University, Derek Bach: if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. From Ben Franklin: if a man empties his purse into his head, no man can take it away from him. An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. And this from Dr. Seuss: you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. And finally, from Anonymous: respect your parents. They passed school without Google. And now let's stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance and then the four-way test. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the four-way test? Is it truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? I know. How do you do it with the flag? Don't ask me to do this again. Apparently I screwed up.
You're fine.
Hi, Chuck. All right. Thank you, Dave. How are you?
Good job. I'm trying.
Good to be here.
Wow.
Thank you.
Right there.
Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. We're never far away.
You look 5 years younger.
Well, thank you. 2.5 months.
Did you say 5 in the line again, Jordan?
You guys are high?
So when it's time, do I just...
Microphone. Is the speaker on the bottom or on the top? Yeah. Huh?
Push it to head the music.
All right, we have several guests joining us today. So as is tradition, if you're trying to call your name as a guest, please stand and just remain standing for a few seconds, and we'll honor you all as a group when we're done. So first we have Bud Hockenberg, the father of our own Marnie Hockenberg, is here. Laura Todd from Buena Vista is a guest of Erlen Kakanan. We have Trish Roberts, a DMAC board member, not sure why she's here today, and a guest of Chaz Allen, another DMAC board member. And then finally we have Rusty Beasley from the Modern Companies, and Rusty has just recently submitted his application for membership. So we won't be announcing you in the future, Rusty, it'll just be a member. So thanks to all your guests for coming, appreciate it. A couple quick announcements. Today is the last day to buy a coat for our annual coat drive to keep a child warm for Operation Warm Coat. There are a few, I believe, sign-ups still left on your table. Each coat costs $30 and will benefit the kids at Orchard Place. We can bill your Rotary account, or you can give us check or cash if you prefer to do it that way. Orchard Place had given us a very ambitious goal of $9,000 or 300 coats, and I think as of last count we were at 5,200, 5,300, about 175 coats. So let's do a last push today to get past that at least 200 number and give some local children a nice warm coat for the winter season, which will no doubt be here soon. All right, next is where in the world is Club 27? For our guests, the Rotary Club of Des Moines is the 27th club of over 36,000 Rotary clubs worldwide. So here we have, is he here today? Here we have past President Doug Saltzgaber in Venice, Italy. Is Doug here? I didn't see him, no. I was going to ask if he took, yep, is he still in Italy? Oh, well, this picture came all the way from overseas then. I was going to ask him if he took one of those gondola rides and sang romantically under the moonlight ski, but I'm guessing I can picture Doug doing that. Reminder that if you are traveling, whether it's at home or abroad, please get in touch with Kitty and you can send us photographs. We'd love to show where our members are traveling to. So, last week, President-elect Josh Brady was up here and shared the opportunity to join some of our fun new fellowship groups. I want to remind everyone the details, details and the sign-up link were also in your Tuesday newsletter. So if you can't go back and find that email and the link, if you missed it, there are some printed sign-up forms on the tables, or they're out in the lobby. Okay, they're out in the lobby by the badge boxes. So just fill one of those out and give it to Kitty. Again, or you can go back and try and find that link in the newsletter. But let's sign up for those great new fellowship groups, because it's a great way to strengthen our relationships and our club. Okay. We're getting better at this. It is time for your. There we go. Time for your favorite segment, Rotary Law and Disorder. And for those of you that haven't been here, this is a segment where I try and poke a little bit of fun at the legal profession or legal proceedings. And I found out, I didn't know this, our speaker was actually an attorney down in Florida for 16 years, so he's probably going to find this humorous as well. 2009 was not a robust job market. It was post-2008 recession. So in May of 2009, Trina Thompson, who had recently graduated from Monroe College in New York City, she did not find job hunting very successful. So by July, after 2 months, or almost 3 months, she did not have a job, despite a couple of interviews that she had failed. So what did she do, right? She put her head down and she kept on looking for a job until she got one, right? Nope. She sued the Monroe College that she graduated from for $72,000, claiming that she wanted her $70,000 in tuition back and wanted $2,000 for mental pain and suffering and stress of the almost 3-month job search that she was engaged on. As she said in her complaint, any reasonable employer would pounce on an applicant with her academic and credentials, which include a 2.7 grade point average and solid attendance records. But she said the Career Services Department was not putting forth sufficient effort to help her secure employment. She's quoted as saying, they're supposed to say, I got this student, her attendance is good, her GPA is all right, can you interview her, this person, and give her a job? And they're not doing that. She also went on to say that they haven't tried hard enough, and they are treating the students with 4.0s better than they are treating her. Asked whether she would advise other college students facing job woes to sue their alma maters, she said, yes, it doesn't make any sense. We all went to school for 4 years, and then, I don't know why she said they, but they come out working at McDonald's and pay less. That's not what they planned. It's ironic that she filed this suit pro se because she couldn't afford an attorney without a job, and I'm wondering if it was really that she couldn't afford one or she couldn't find an attorney to sue her college. But ultimately the claim was dismissed. So I hope no one has taken that approach with DMAC in recent years. All right. On to our speaker, board member Scott Bennett will now introduce our speaker. Scott.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm thrilled to welcome Rob Denson today. Rob has spoken in front of our group several times, including, if anybody remembers, did anybody remember the rap song that Rob did at Wakanda? And Rob, any reprise to that today?
No comment.
No comment. So Rob joins us at a very interesting time in his life as he'll be retiring from DMAC at the end of the year as the longest serving president. And there have only been 4, including Rob. And by the way, he's the only Iowa native that has held that role. And he'll be in that role in 22 years in November. During his presidency, DMAC has grown tremendously from around 21,000 students to 37,000. And I know Rob through my service on DMAC's Foundation's board, and we will all certainly miss Rob's tremendous leadership and obviously a very hard act to follow. Rob is really well known in the community for all the right reasons. When I think of Rob, I think of him being present and getting stuff done. And why don't we just show a show of hands for all the people that have crossed paths with Rob in some way. So Rob, that's a testament right there of you being present. I've personally seen thousands of pictures of Rob attending different DMAC and other events, often including his spouse, Pat. And I don't know of anyone else that's that present. And he shared at lunch today that if you may know Rob and his truck driving skills, that he's been in over 400 parades promoting the DMAC brand. Not any other, I think we said, not any other community college president has that credential of a CDL. He knows that leadership demands not only getting things, the policy right, but also being present for your students, your team, and your community, and even showing up at our Rotary group. We often talk about at Rotary about what led to the success we enjoy in Central Iowa and who the people are that were kind of the secret sauce of making that happen. I think all of us would put Rob firmly in that group. For his DMAC work and community work, he was actually inducted into the Iowa Business Hall of Fame in May of 2024. That's quite an honor, and a limited number of people that have been part of that group. So with that, please help me in welcoming Rob Denson to the podium.
Thank you, Scott. And Scott is a past president of the DMAC Foundation. So, and I want to say, starting up, I know so many people in this room. It's great to see all of you. I started making a list to comment on, and I said, oh no, too many. But it's great to be here. And also, our DMAC board, 9 members, they run for public office every 4 years, do a great job, unpaid, but spend a lot of time supporting the college. And Trish Roberts and Chaz Allen are here. I really appreciate your being here. So don't tell the rest of the board everything I say today. All right, let's see if this is going to work.
It's not on.
You gotta be a DMAC grad.
I got there's probably a course on this.
Is it on
Oh, wait, and the light goes on. All right, so we're very proud of what DMAC's become in the last 59 years of its existence. I'm the 4th president in 59 years. The second one, or third one was only here 2 years, but I am the longest serving by 2 years, and first native-born Iowan, which I'm extremely proud of. But we have 6 fully accredited campuses and then a number of academies. Our goal was to be within driving distance of any person in the DMAC territory, so we've accomplished that. DMAC is the largest community college in Iowa by far. We're in a great place, kind of the economic sweet spot of the state. We're very proud of all we've done, and we have students from every county. 97% of our students come from the state of Iowa. 95% of our students stay in the state after they graduate from DMAC. One of our major programs is the Homeland Security. In 2011, TSA came to us, wanted us to do a Homeland Security program for the screeners in the Des Moines airport. We put it online in 2014. 2017, the head of TSA flies into Des Moines, summons us down to the airport to meet told us there were 80 colleges and universities doing Homeland Security training in their states, but he was so proud and happy with DMAC's performance that they fired 78 of them, gave us 36 states, 220 airports, and 24,000 agents to train. So we were one of two, and that was cool until 2019 when they fired the other one. Since 2019, we have been the sole provider of TSA training in all 50 states, 440 airports, 43,000 agents. It is a big deal, but like everything else that doesn't make sense anymore, the current administration paused our program, so we had to lay off 9 faculty just recently. Senator Grassley and Ernst and Representative Nunn are working with us to try to get that restarted. But how do you not train the screeners in airports in this day and age? But anyway, we'll see what happens with that. But we're very proud of the story. Goldman Sachs 7 years ago picked us to do the first statewide 10,000 small business program. It's a mini MBA for small businesses. We're now over 330 businesses that have been trained all over the state of Iowa, and we are the model for Goldman Sachs as they try to roll into other states. They fund 3 full positions at DMAC, and they really do a great job with all these small companies. Intel picked DMAC as the first AI for the workforce college in the state of Iowa. AI is a big deal right now, and we'll tell you that nearly every employer who talks to us wants our graduates to have some AI competencies. Sometimes I'm not sure they know what they mean by asking for that. But we opened up a non-credit AI program October of last year, and this fall we started our first credit AI program, and they are full. And it is something that everyone needs to have some knowledge about, particularly if you're going to work successfully. Simon Estes is a visiting professor of music at DMAC. He has really redesigned our choral program and our theater program. An amazing gentleman. And he came to my office the other day and said that he went to see his doctor about his vocal cords, and he hadn't been singing for several years, and the doctor told him to get back singing because he needed to exercise it. So my door was closed to the office. We started three notes, scared the hell out of everybody in my office. I mean, even through locked doors. Amazing. So we're actually hosting an event where he will sing on November 12th at our DMAC culinary program. We're excited about that. Community colleges, we were ranked number 10 in 2016, and I don't mean number 10 of the 15 community colleges in Iowa. Number 10 based on value of the 717 two-year programs in the entire United States. We focus on the product we deliver. We've got the highest bond rating of any community college in the state, the lowest property tax levy by over 23 cents a thousand, and the lowest tuition and fees of any college or university in the state. Again, our board pays attention to what we're doing, and we know that for every dollar we raise tuition, it makes it harder and harder for some of our students to get into school and then stay in to finish. So we're focused on them. I am so proud to be back in Iowa. We spent 25 years in Florida. I worked for the University of Florida and then had a law practice for 16 years. So when I came back, again, focused on Iowa, I said, what's my Iowa score? So you think of your own. So we're in Iowa today. I was born in the University of Iowa Hospital in Iowa City. I grew up in Iowa Township of Iowa County. I went to a one-room school called Iowa Township number 6. Iowa Hawkeyes 4-H Club, I was the president. Iowa County 4-H president. So I go to Sunday school, and one of my friends' his mother was named Iowa Hahn. I graduated from Iowa Valley High School. I took the Iowa State Test of Basic Skills. I went to Iowa State University, twice, but I only counted as once. Iowa State Volunteer Center, something I created. My family, we didn't do a lot together. What we did, we went fishing in the Iowa River. My wife and I had even less money than my family did, so we offered canoe in the upper Iowa River. Northeast Iowa Community College, I came here as president in 1998. I helped create the Northeast Iowa Community Dairy Foundation, the first native-born Islander president of DMAC. I doctored Iowa Health Systems, subscribed to Iowa Farm Today, and the Iowa Farm Bureau. The little money I have is at Iowa State Bank. I helped create the Iowa Culinary Institute. I'm on the board of the Agribusiness Association of Iowa, the Iowa Association of Business Industry, the Iowa College Student Loan Board, Iowa Association of Community College Presidents, the Iowa Quality Center Board, Iowa FFA Association. I helped create Iowa Employment Solutions. We do a lot of work for the Technology Association of Iowa. Di Finley, she's got me working with her on the Iowa Caregivers Association. I helped create the Iowa Innovation Gateway, the Iowa Rural Development Council, Iowa Immigration Center, the Iowa Grocery Industry Association, Iowa STEM Council, Future Ready Iowa Alliance. I've got an Iowa driver's license. I've had more than one unscheduled visit with the Iowa Highway Patrol. And last is the Iowa Business Hall of Fame. And I just want to talk about this. Sometimes there are unintended consequences of everything. So I was nominated for the Iowa Business Hall of Fame last year. My sister brought my mother from Cedar Rapids in. My two kids flew in and surprised me, one from Birmingham, one from Seattle. So we spent several hours with my mother at that event. An amazing woman. She was 2 months from being 99 years old. So that's on a Wednesday, that was May 1st. On May 3rd, I called my mom, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, no answer. She always answers the phone. So I waited till 3:30, I called her, no answer. So I called my sister who lived next door and said, go check on mom. So this is how we found her. She photographed twice more before she passed away on the 18th of May. Just an amazing, amazing woman, and so very proud of her. My employer, I work for Kent Feed, driving a semi, worked my way through college, of course, Iowa State University, University of Florida. I had law office in Florida. When I retired from law, I went to Santa Fe Community College and was the president of Northeast Iowa Community College, and of course I've been at DMAC now 22 years. When I was at the University of Florida Attorney's Office, I was a patent license specialist. To license a lot of the technology the university had. So one of the things we licensed to Merck was called Gatorade, but when I came back to Iowa and had my cataracts all both removed, the doctor had a little jar called TrueSop that was with Merck, and the University of Florida made more royalty money off of TrueSop than they did off Gatorade. So it was a big deal, but it was fun just to see all those innovations. This is a picture of my law office. I don't know why I don't have a picture without that tree falling on it. Only one I could find. But it was great. I really enjoyed the practice with trial lawyer down there. My most well-known client was Dan Pastorini. He's a football player for the Oilers. Apparently he did date Farrah Fawcett for a while. I represented him in some auto litigation. He was a top fuel dragster for Coors, and he was going to go into another area of business, so I represented him. Just an amazing guy, and he always promised to put me through drag racing school, but haven't done that yet. But I've got time. And I always say Garth Brooks was right, thank God for unanswered prayers. When I was at Iowa State, 1967, I wanted to be an RA, floor director, whatever. So I went down, interviewed, didn't get it. So that was the first job in higher education I was denied for. But because I didn't get into the housing, I went over to the student services area. And again, had I not made that switch, I probably wouldn't be here today. So I came up through the student services side of higher education. And when I was in Florida, I ran for public office to be a state representative. I lost by 460 votes out of 42,000. Again, had I won, I probably wouldn't be here today. I also came in second for a circuit judgeship down in Florida. Same story. It would have changed the course of my life. And again, this is when my wife and I ran for the House of Representatives. But it really, and I tell our students, I mean, don't get too down because of disappointment. There is going to be disappointment, but the game isn't over. Just look forward to the things that you have left. And Pat and I have had a tremendous relationship and history with DMAC. We're very proud. This is the 27th semi that Freightliner gave me. I'm one of the few community college presidents with a CDL, but I'm the only president of a community college or university where Freightliner has given me a brand new semi every year. I'm the only one that drives it. All we do are parades. This was just parade just on September 1 for Labor Day. It was just a great way to get around, to see so many communities. And Pat and I got up a lot of Saturdays to do parades. And you'd always say, gosh, it'd be nice to take the day off. Every time we go there and we'll see somebody that we really wanted to see. If there's something meaningful that happened. And as Scott said, I've done over 400 parades since we came back to Iowa. Gave the governor a ride one day. I picked semi, right, we took it right down to the Capitol, picked her up. It's Gage Kent on the left here. I'm going blanking. Anyway, so I gave her a ride out to the to Altoona Kent Feed Mill, and then I gave Gage a ride up to Minnesota or to Waterloo as we delivered a load of feed. Iowa Culinary Institute. How many of you have had dinner at the Iowa Culinary Institute? It is great. And as I tell everybody, if you go into any restaurant in central Iowa, always ask if there's a DMAC chef in the kitchen. Generally there is, and if not, you should leave. But we've had a great run with culinary. This is the expansion. We did Dennis Alba, and Susan gave us a lead $1 million gift on this. It's an amazing facility. We've had French chefs. French chef program. This year we celebrated the 40th anniversary of our French chef exchange. We bring French chefs here in January to work with our students. We send 8 students to France in May to have a tour with some of our donors, but also to work in restaurants over there. So it's been an amazing program. This is our family. This is when we had Christmas 2 years ago down in New Orleans. Just had a great time to get together. We have been blessed. 2 children, 5 grandchildren. They're all teenagers now, so they're more interested in their phones than they are with their grandparents. But it's been great. What I tell students, my advice to them is there is a secret of life, and it's hard work. And also, the harder you work, the luckier you're going to get. You must be present to win, and if you're going to show up early. So many times things have happened because I happen to be in the room, not because of who I am, just the ability to meet someone at an important period of time. Many of us are blessed. Everybody in this room is blessed. And I always say, I don't think we're put on this earth to have a good time. If we've been blessed to the extent we are, we're here to make a difference and to particularly help others on their way. Because there are a lot of people that work hard, love their families, but it's hard for them to buy a vowel. They just didn't have some of the breaks that I know I had as I was growing up. And every morning I conduct an environmental scan of all the journals in higher ed. And it's exciting to see what's happening on the fringes of really best practices. So we try to, we'll copy anybody. So retirement, I'm going to spend time driving to see my grandchildren in Birmingham and Seattle. We're going to go to Canada. In the old days, whatever you plowed in Canada, you owned. So my grandfather went up for years to plow. My grandmother grew up in Nova Scotia. She took the train as far west as it went. It got to Fairbright, Saskatchewan, north of North Dakota. Met my grandfather. They got married. Moved back to Iowa. Very good. So, but my family will tell you that he secured 2,000 acres up there. They didn't have John Deere tractors back then, so that'd be hard to believe. We can document 600 acres. My brother and 2 sisters, we sold our last 200 acres in 2003, but we kept the mineral rights. And so I got an email from my lawyer 3 months ago telling me that we better go look at that land. There's been a lot of oil and gas activity there. We hadn't heard a thing. And none of our families ever even seen the land. So assuming Canada will let us in and hopefully let us out. And I tell everybody, when we get to that land, I just hope that there's not an oil well in sight. Because if there is, the trajectory of my retirement will change. But that'll be exciting. So DMAC just announced the DMAC Opportunity Scholarship. It's for highly motivated low-income students. 55% of DMAC students are the first ones in their college, in their family to go to college. 35% of our students are low income. We know that any student who's received a grant through our foundation is 30 percentage points more likely to finish college, and that's a big deal for us. It's an endowed fund that we're going to create and use the interest to support students. It's inspired by my mother. When she was in 1941, she was 16 years old when she graduated from high school at Norway High. She wanted to be the first one in her family to be a college graduate, get a bachelor's degree. Her folks didn't have the money. She went to 2 of her uncles who did have the money, and they said they really couldn't support her without supporting the other 9 kids in her family, and they just couldn't go that far. So my mother went to UNI for 3 months when it was a teacher school. She got a 2-year license. She met my dad. They got married. She raised 5 kids, taught Sunday school, active in 4-H with the 4-H advisor, etc. Just did an amazing job, and I'm just so proud of her. And when the dust all settled, I was the first one that ever went to college, and she was behind getting me through. So we're very, very proud of her. So what I want to say is, how do we view DMAC, and what do we do to move on? Got I need sound.
Oh, it's
Sound
played
button.
before, yeah. I know. It's- well, I don't know what it is.
This is the infamous rap.
There we go.
Okay, ready?
Maybe. There we go.
What do you want? Set it up.
Oh, shit.
No.
Like that's it, DMAC, when all told, our students are pure gold. This one for them good jobs with good pay straight up. Working, whiling, and living it up in the city. Working hard for all of you, go anywhere else at the pity. DMAC, hot damn. We teach the dirt from the fire, well man, big man. Hot damn. We work until we retire, man. DMAC, hot damn. Say it once and say it again, DMAC, hot damn. DMAC comes to the land, break it down. Students say hallelujah. Families say hallelujah. Companies say hallelujah. The DMAC gives it all to you. The DMAC teaches it to you. DMAC has it all for you. Monday morning and we're on the job. Don't believe just why. So you're fine. It was about over. It was about over. No, I want to thank all of you for all your support of DMAC. I'm one of the few community college presidents in this country that I never say DMAC is the best. There's just nobody any better. We talked about getting things done. So I'm on the National STEM Connector Board a couple years ago, and some guy from one of the major tech companies was on the board too, and he walked up to me one day and said, "Rob, I want to give you a grant for $3 million. And I said, "Well, we haven't even asked for anything." And he says, "No, because you and DMAC are a GSD." Which GSD? Get shit done. So that's kind of the motto. We try to get work done. So thank you all so much. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. I got plenty. When you took over at DMAC, they had come through kind of a dark time. Can you tell us about the leadership that you showed to the faculty, the staff, the kids in that period of time?
Well, I tell you, DMAC has for years had exceptional staff members who have a fire in the belly, just like the criminal justice guy that got us through all this TSA and got us up to be the national provider. You know, they worked hard. What DMAC lacked then was visibility. In my first 100 days here, I did 100 speeches. In my 5th year, I did another 100 speeches. I won't do that again, but people need to know what DMAC was doing. I mean, and it wasn't bragging. They were just saying, here's what we're doing. And every community college has things that makes them special. But you've got a special one here. I've never seen a group so responsive to change. I work for Iowa State, work for the University of Florida, great land grant schools, but this is where the action is. I mean, the number of low-income students where we change lives is so exciting. You know, we'll have 1,000 kids graduate from Wells Fargo every May. I mean, and they'll pack the place with their families and supporters. I mean, we make a difference in people's lives, and there's no other sector of higher ed that has better connectivity to employers than we do. Every one of our programs has an advisory committee of the companies that hire out of that program. So we are current on competencies, current on equipment, and when our students leave, I mean, they will show up for work and working hard. I mean, we talk to all of them about the secret of life, and it is so true. And I tell all of them, if you're with an employer and they don't appreciate how hard you work, somebody else is watching. And for nearly every job that ever opens at DMAC, I know one or two people from some other community college that I'm gonna go after. Because they're fire, I call them fire breathers. They make a difference. They show up to make a difference. So the answer is, we just didn't have visibility on all the amazing things that we were already doing. So I didn't add much.
Rob, where are you at with your replacement? Is Dr. Roberts still a candidate?
Ouch. So we had 51 applicants for my position. I don't know anything about names, I just know numbers, and they told me to stay out of the process, which I was happy to do. Larry Evers, used to be with Iowa State, is the search consultant, working with them. Last year, Larry had placed 13 of the 15 community college presidents, and the 2 he didn't place both got fired the same year. Those schools are now using him as their search consultant. We had 51 applicants, 11 didn't even meet minimums, so out of the 40 that were left, they picked 7 to take to the next level. They took those 7 and did video interviews last Thursday and Friday, down to 3. Larry goes to call them about coming for an on-site visit and interview. 2 of them withdrew, which is the first time it's ever happened to him. And he happened to know these 2 people, and it was family situations they had. The rest of us say, well, they probably knew about that before they did the last round. So we're going to extend the search. There'll probably be an interim selected to begin January 1st, but try to get somebody on board as quick as possible.
When we visited Savannah College of Art and Design, which redid the brick buildings down there and a lot of the buildings, it seemed like a perfect match for DMAC in Iowa with all of our main street towns with all these brick buildings that need work. Have you tried to hit that head on at all?
I would say no, although, we were given all the Maytag buildings over in Newton a few years ago. At the time we received the gift, we had somebody that was gonna take all of it, and of course, after we got title, that fell apart. So now we're helping develop it. Jake Christensen, some of you may know Jake, he just finished a 78-unit apartment complex in one of the brick buildings. He's now building a boutique hotel in 2 of the other brick buildings, and then we've leased out a lot of the space. And we're happy to get involved in any community to the extent that makes sense. We wouldn't have gone into that business with the Maytag buildings unless we had them already sold, but things happen. But it's going to be a great addition to Newton when we're done there.
Is the pause in training TSA funding, was that part of DOGE or part of the government shutdown? And does that mean that no TSA agents are being trained anywhere in the country?
Not by us. I mean, we not only do we train the agents in this 3-course Homeland Security certificate, if any of their agents did not have a 2-year degree, TSA was paying their way through DMAC online. And that was about 500 students. I mean, we're still up 1% this year over last year, but we'd be up nicely if we had those 500 students. And it was primarily out of the DOGE enterprise, but I don't, 3 weeks before that, they cut a $2 million grant to DMAC for adult basic education. So we laid off 5 faculty, and there's a process you have to go through to lay off anybody. So we had a special board meeting on a Thursday to finalize the last group of layoffs. Saturday, they reinstated the money. So we're very, very happy at the end, but we went through a lot of work in the interim. So we're, again, we've got Grassley, Ernst, and Nunn working on TSA. I mean, they need to be doing this training. It just didn't make any sense that they weren't letting us continue. So we're waiting.
I've got a couple high school kids at Johnston, but they're also DMAC students. Can you tell us a little bit about how those relationships are working out? They love it. So.
Yeah, we do a lot of concurrent enrollment in the highest 15,000 high school students take DMAC credits every term. Very good programs. We have about 150 students that graduate with their 2-year degree before they graduate from high school. We had a young woman from Roosevelt this year. She finished DMAC 2-year degree 2 weeks before she graduated from high school, and she's now at Harvard. So everybody loves our students. We track them wherever they go, and our students graduate at the same rate with about the same grades as students who started out at those 4-year universities, and many of our students could not have gotten in as freshmen. But again, I talked about a big number, 36,000 credit students. Our average class size is 18. And our faculty, I mean, they do a fantastic job. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rob. Great presentation. Thanks for spending time with the Rotary Club of Des Moines, and thank you for the coat donation. Rob made a nice donation to the coat drive, so let that be your inspiration. We appreciate your informative presentation, and thanks for your many years of dedication to DMAC and to make our state, no doubt, a better place. Upcoming meetings. You'll note October 23rd is a change. Unfortunately, Peter County from the State Fair Blue Ribbon Foundation had a conflict come up just in the last couple of days. We will definitely get him back on the schedule, but he had to cancel for next Thursday. So props to Graham Gillette, who worked the phones and got Kim Perez from the Greater Des Moines Botanical Center to speak to us next October 23rd. If you remember, the Greater Des Moines Botanical Center was one of the grant recipients, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. So I'm sure she'll have some stories about how that money was used. And also next week, just please keep in mind, Kitty and Josh, President-elect Josh Brady, will be traveling to Dallas for the Rotary Large Club Conference. So good luck at that conference. And Kitty will be out of the office through Thursday. Is that right? But she'll be answering emails if you need her. October 30th, Mary Wells, Polk County Treasurer, will be here to give us an update on her office. And then on November 6th, we'll continue with some higher education, and Mark Nook, the president of the University of Northern Iowa. So lots of purple and gold that day will be in the room. So if you have any colleagues or friends that you know would like to hear some of those speakers, please bring them as a guest or prospective members. That would be wonderful. A few more upcoming events, just as reminders. A couple morning fuels in the next several weeks. One on Tuesday, October 28th, Michael Warnerman, and on November 18th, Susan Judkins will be presenting from 9 to 10 a.m. at Freedom Blend Coffee on Hickman. The fellowship is free and the coffee is on you. Okay, that is all our announcements for today. Thanks again. Rob, you going to be here for a few minutes if people have questions? Perfect. Thank you again for being part of the Rotary Club of Des Moines. Thank you to our guests for joining us today. Stay true to the good, and we are adjourned.